This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You're greatly appreciated. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week for my collection video, I wanted to focus on directors, to be more specific, directors who actually acted in the movies that they're directing. Directing a hit movie itself has to be quite difficult, dealing with actors, sometimes temperamental actors, producers, writers. But to do that as well as act in the movie, that has to be twice as challenging, twice as difficult. But somehow these directors / actors were able to pull it off. In my opinion, these are some fantastic movies from a directorial point of view, and they also did well from an acting point of view. And if you have a favorite movie that's not in my list that features a director that acted in the movie, please leave it in the comments. Now, with that being said, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. Back at the Black Cave, back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Going to jump into my first pick for my favorite movies where the directors acted in the movie. That would be Sylvester Stallone and Rocky. Rocky is a 1976 sports drama. Now, the first Rocky wasn't directed by Sylvester Stallone. It was directed by John G. Avildsen, produced by Robert Chartoff, and written by Sylvester Stallone. However, Sylvester Stallone did direct Rocky 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure about 5 and Rocky Balboa, but I do know he did 2, 3, and 4. The stars of Rocky, as a long list, you have Sylvester Stallone, Talia Shire, Burt Young, Carl Weathers, may he rest in peace, Burgess Meredith, also rest in peace, Thayer David, Joe Spinell, Jimmy Gambino, Bill Baldwin, Al Silvani. Let's see. I think those are all the big names. Now, the plot behind Rocky, if you're not familiar with it, Rocky Balboa is a Philadelphia club fighter who seems to be going nowhere. But when a stroke of fate puts him in the ring with a world heavyweight champion, Rocky knows that it's his one shot at the big time. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go the distance and come out a winner. And is Sylvester Stallone a great actor? No. Is he a great writer? That's debatable. Is he a great storyteller? Yes, I think he's an amazing storyteller. I kind of consider him like the Puff Daddy / Herbie Lovebug of directing and writing. And what I mean by that, if you're not familiar with those references, Puff Daddy and Herbie Lovebug used to take old records, basically slow them up, speed them down, add a little hoo-ha to the size of them, and bring them out as new songs. Sylvester Stallone kind of does the same things. He'll take old stories, old boxing stories, old war stories. Here's Shaka right here. Expendables. That's just kind of like a version of The Dirty Dozen with Lee Marvin and Jim Brown and Telly Savalas. So, but again, he's a great storyteller. He has a way of reaching his audience, and Rocky is a fantastic franchise. He's even gone so far to expand it with Michael B. Jordan with Creed. He has 3 Creed movies on top of that, which is technically, I don't know, I guess you would consider that part of the Rocky franchise. My favorite one is probably the one with Mr. T. I think that's Rocky 4. I think Rocky 3 is with Dolph Lundgren with Russia. But great franchise. I have to give him props. He does a great job putting seats in the movies and just really make interesting, entertaining movies such as Rocky, Rambo, and a lot of others though, but we're going to go with Rocky. So my first pick for favorite movies where the director is acting in the movie, Rocky, Sylvester Stallone. My next pick is a 2008 action-adventure comedy, Tropical Thunder. This is directed by Ben Stiller, produced by Stuart Cornfield, written by Justin Theroux. This stars J. Thomas Chan, Maria Menounos. I probably won't ruin that woman's names. Tyra Banks, Christine Taylor, Jill Galiza, Andrea de Oliveira, Matthew McConaughey, Yvette Nicole Brown, Reggie Lee, True Tran, Brandon Suhu, Rod Tate, Jacob Chon, Tom Cruise, John Voight, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jason Bateman, Alicia Silverstone, Robert Downey Jr., and Jack Black. The plot behind this: a group of self-absorbed actors set out to make the most expensive war film ever. After ballooning cost forced the studio to cancel the movie, the frustrated director refuses to stop shooting, leading his cast into the jungle of Southeast Asia where they encounter real bad guys. And I'm a Ben Stiller fan. I'm actually a fan of Ben Stiller's parents, who used to be on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Stop that, Shaka. I can't think of his parents' name offhand, though, but they were kind of the co-stars of the Dick Van Dyke Show. But Ben Stiller has this deadpan type of, something, a lot of times self-deprecating humor. And Tropical Thunder is a very edgy movie, and I'm specifically the Robert Downey Jr. Character. Basically, you have Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface. Ordinarily, I'll find that extremely offensive, though, but Ben Stiller was actually poking fun of the movie industry. Basically, the movie industry has had a history of casting white people for ethnic roles. For example, in the old cowboy movies, most of the Native Americans or Indians were white. Even with Al Pacino, he's Italian, he played a Cuban. So he was just kind of making fun of that, making fun of the war movies, and just the Hollywood movie industry as a whole. I didn't realize who Tom Cruise was till I think at the very end of the movie. Great makeup job, but great casting, just a great overall parody on Hollywood. Very edgy, not offensive, and just great entertainment. And this is, who did this one? I forgot. It's a DreamWorks production, and of course Sylvester Stallone Rocky is MGM. Ben Stiller, Tropical Thunder. My next pick is the 1994 comedy drama Clerks. This is directed and written by Kevin Smith, produced by Scott Moser. This stars Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, Marilyn, looks like Gigoletti, Lisa Spoonhauer, Jason Mewes, Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Scott Schiaffo, Al Berkowitz, Walter Flanagan. The plot behind this: convenience and video store clerks Dante and Randall are sharp-witted, potty-mouthed, and bored out of their minds. So in between needing customers, the counter jockey plays hockey on the roof, visits a funeral home, and deals with their love lives. And Clerks is just one of those films that makes you love movies. Low budget, black and white. The majority of the movie took place basically in the convenience store. and it didn't really seem to have really any kind of plot, but yet it was just entertaining. The most entertaining, though, were Jay and Silent Bob. Hilarious. Kevin Smith plays Silent Bob. I don't think he said any more than like 3 or 4 lines throughout the whole movie. But Jay is just totally off the chain, just crazy, and just the characters that come into the convenience store, the way they engaged Dante and with the customers, and just how it all came together, just, again, kept you entertained, kept you engaged. And again, on a low budget black and white movie, to do that and pretty much propel his career to doing Clerks 2, Clerks 3, Jay and Silent Bob, Chasing Amy, and the other movies that he's done, though. So, and this is Miramax release, triple play. So, Kevin Smith, Clerks, Jay and Silent Bob, Chasing Amy. Next favorite pick for directors starring in their own movies. My next pick is the 1987 comedy crime thriller Throw Mama from the Train. It's directed by Danny DeVito, produced by Larry Bresner, written by Stu Silver. This stars Danny DeVito, Billy Crystal, Kim Greist, Ann Ramsey, Kate Mulgrew. The plot behind this: Larry Donner, an author with a cruel ex-wife, teaching a writing workshop in which one of his students, Owen, is fed up with his domineering mother. When Owen watches a Hitchcock classic that seems to mirror his own life, he decides to put the movie plot into action and offers to kill Larry's ex-wife if Larry promises to murder his mom. Before Larry gets a chance to react to the plan, it seems that Owen has already set things in motion. And before I forget, this is a 20th Century Fox release. This is possibly one of my favorite Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito movies. Interesting fact, though, the actress, I believe it's Ann Ramsey, she was also in Goonies. She had a stroke before this, before the movie. So if you watch the movie, a lot of her speech is like, she sounds like that because she had a stroke. But fun movie, suspense, crime, but there's a scene in there, and just to give a little background, Danny DeVito kind of plays this guy who's got a little slow. He's like middle-aged, living with his mother. But there's a scene where he shows Billy Crystal his coin collection that he received from his father, and it's just such a really touching moment. And to act as much as he did and direct, that has to be an incredible feat, though. Again, comedy, drama, tenderness, all wrapped into one. Funny delivery, entertaining, just in my opinion, a great movie. So my next pick for, again, directors acting their own movies: Danny DeVito, Throw Mama from the Train. My next pick is the 1974 comedy western Blazing Saddles. This is directed and written by Mel Brooks, produced by Michael Hertzberg. This stars Cleavon Little, Gene Wilder, Son Pickens, Harvey Korman, Madeline Kahn, Mel Brooks, Burton Gilliam, Alex Karras. Let's see, what are the big names in there? Dom DeLuise, Bill Atkins, Count Basie, Billy Atkins. The plot behind this: a town where everyone seems to be named Johnson stands in the way of a railroad. In order to grab their land, robber baron Hedley Lamar sends his henchmen to make life in the town unbearable. After a sheriff is killed, the town demands a new sheriff from the governor. So Hedley convinces him to send the town's first black sheriff in the West. And this is a Warner Brothers release. Blazing Saddles, arguably one of the funniest movies ever. Definitely in my top 10, possibly top 5. Interesting story about the casting of this originally, and I read about this in Richard Pryor's autobiography book. Richard Pryor was supposed to be playing Cleavon Little's role as Bart. Unfortunately, at the time, Richard Pryor was going through some personal issues, so I don't know if he actually made it on set or not, though, but they end up casting Cleavon Little. Cleavon Little did an excellent job, but always wondered what the dynamics would have been since Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor have done several movies together. Silver Streak, Stir Crazy, I think Another Me or something like that, The Other You. So they definitely have chemistry together, though, but Cleavon Little killed it. And I don't believe a movie like that could be made right now, especially with the social climate being so volatile, so confrontational. Mel Brooks really pushed the limits on this, especially with the slaves and working the railroad and the cowboys, though, but somehow he made it work without being offensive. Maybe a little bit, though, but it was funny, and I think that was the spirit of it, not trying to be offensive or trying to denigrate anyone, though. Mel Brooks, funny as hell in the movie also. So again, great directing. It's just from beginning to end, the cast of characters he has in there: Slim Pickens, Old Cowboy, Gene Wilder, Harvey Korman. If you ever watched the Carol Burnett show, he's just a really kind of zany, deadpan type of humor. But together, it all meshed so well together and just made for one of the funniest movies ever made. So again, my next pick, Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles. And my last pick is the 1982 biography drama history film, Malcolm X. It's directed by Spike Lee, produced by Preston L. Holmes, written by Arnold Pearl. The cast, you have Denzel Washington, Angela Bassett, Albert Hall, Al Freeman Jr., Delroy Lindo, Spike Lee, Tommy Hollis, Ernest Thomas. Those are the main names that I recognize. If you're not familiar with Malcolm X, the plot behind this, a tribute to the controversial black activist and leader of the struggle for black liberation. He hit bottom during his imprisonment in the 1950s. He became a black Muslim and then a leader in the Nation of Islam. His assassination in 1965 left a legacy of self-determination and racial pride. And the fact that, one, Denzel wasn't even nominated for an Oscar. Two, this movie wasn't even nominated for Best Picture is one of the great travesties, in my opinion, of the Academy Awards. That's one of the reasons I don't watch it. Other travesty is when Al Pacino didn't win Best Actor for Godfather 2. The whole Fredo scene, that should have been a slam dunk, but I digress. Malcolm X, you have a great cast of characters. You have a great story. And I remember watching an interview with Spike Lee, and they were saying, going into this, what type of movie did you want to make? And he compared his vision to Lawrence of Arabia. He said, I wanted to make an epic film. To be an epic film, it has to be a large scale, it has to be at least 3 hours long. You have to have A-list actors in it. And he just nailed it with this. From the story, at times, even though Denzel and Malcolm X really don't look that much alike, you wouldn't have known it. Just his cadence, his presence, along with, again, the cinematography, everything put together, it just made for an epic, beautiful movie, which, again, it's a travesty that wasn't nominated for an Academy Award, and he should have got Best Actor. So my last pick for actors in their movies, Spike Lee, Malcolm X. And this is my list of favorite movies where the directors acted in the movie. If you made this far in the video, smash the like, give me the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. If you have a favorite movie that I didn't mention that has directors in it, please add in the comments. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.